What's up, trainers? Blue Zerker here, and welcome to another episode of Pokemon Pocket Trials, the series where we build a deck around some of the new and exciting cards that have been released and see what the deck can do. So let's get right into that deck profile. And here is the deck. So we are going to be playing around the Acerola. This new supporter card is super interesting. You get to take 40 damage from your Mimikyu or your Palisand and put it onto the opponent's active Pokemon. Basically, we are attacking for 40 while healing our Pokemon, and there's just some really cool scenarios that this kind of card could create, and also it's just a fun card to play around. I've had so much fun with these different decks. What we're doing here is we have double Palisand and double Mimikyu and double Sandygast. This is, of course, the cards that play around Acerola. These cards in particular aren't very good. The Mimikyu is pretty decent. 2 energy, attacking for 60, and then you put 20 damage on something. You can put it on your Sandygast while you get your Palisand set up, so you can Acerola. You can put it on itself. The other application of Acerola that comes up a little less frequently depending on the meta is if you get hit, you just heal it right back off and damage the opponent. It is a very Wobbuffetian style hit the opponent back for hitting you. We've got double Pokeball and double Resource. Of course, that's our consistency tools. We've got double Acerola, and this deck doesn't do anything crazy going first is the problem. Mimikyu would not attack until turn 5. Palisand really being robbed by the fact that it requires 3 energy to attack. Same thing for Palisand. Reducing both of those by 1, I think, could have made this much more interesting. So we are playing the Drifloon line. This is going to let us put Drifloon going first, and then we can free retreat into our Mimikyu on that other turn. That way we can be attacking with it. It also gives us something where we can also attack with Drifloon while we're getting our Palisand set up. Then we can retreat the Drifloon to send it in. We've got double Cape. We don't want to heal our Pokemon because then we can't use Acerola, but Cape is a pseudo heal, so we can utilize that to be a good little combo. We've got the Rocky Helmet for extra damage because we don't deal a lot of damage, and then Cyrus lets us pull in the Pokemon that we have been pelting on. And unfortunately, you cannot Cyrus plus Acerola in the same turn, but we can still pull something in and knock it out with Mimikyu. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Don't forget to comment which Pokemon from the newest set you want to see a deck built around, and subscribe. We're getting close to 100 subscribers, and it'd be really great if you help us reach that goal. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Blue, and I'll smell you later. All right, guys, we are going to hop right into the game. First, we are going second. That's awesome to see. We have Drifloon start. We can deal some damage pretty early, and we see the Cosmog come out from our opponent. With the Steel, looks like they're going to be playing that Solgaleo deck. They've got Rocky Helmet, and we draw Mimikyu, which is cool. We want to get it set up and attacking. Dealing 60 damage real quick is pretty good, but we will attack with this 20. If we see Drifloon next turn off this other research, we can just knock the Cosmog out. We can start getting our Palisand set up after this and see what ends up happening. They are going to rare candy, though, and go straight into Solgaleo EX. This card is so powerful. We do draw the Drifloon, which means we're going to be able to deal 40, but we're researching. We're going to see what we draw, and we're going to try to get the Mimikyu set up now that we have the Drifblim online. They're going to deal 10 damage to themselves, which doesn't seem very impactful. You know, maybe it changes the math on some stuff. We're going to Gust, deal 40 damage, take 20 ourselves. Doesn't matter. We were going to be knocked out by the Solgaleo EX regardless. 110 damage coming right in there. Sorry, 120 damage coming right at us, and they get the point. Now, we have 2 options. We're just going to go ahead and throw Mimikyu out because we can at least deal some damage. Rocky Helmet coming in super clutch here because we can get something going. We don't have the Sandygast, unfortunately, which is the problem with the Mimikyu, but we're going to Shadow Hit ourselves to save a little bit of health. It doesn't change any of the math. And yeah, they're just going to swing. They've got the other Cosmog in the back now, so we can't even necessarily steal something right off the bat with this helmet. They're going to Sabrina us, though. What a strange choice to make. They are going to knock out our Drifblim, but now they've actually put us in such an advantageous situation. We're actually going to be able to pull a crazy combo off. Here's Acerola taking that 40 damage and putting it on the Solgaleo. Then they have to send Cosmog in, who only has 60 HP. Like, what were they thinking? I mean, maybe you don't know what Acerola does because it's a brand new card, and just like that, we're going to steal the win from an opponent who didn't know how good our deck was. All right, and we are going to be going first this time. Not what we want to see. This deck obviously way better going second, but this is why we have the Drifloon. We see Sudowoodo EX come out, and we draw Drifloon, which is fantastic. So we can at least get some early advantage going. We're going to red card, make them go -1 because they didn't play anything else in their hand. Hopefully disrupt any kind of strategy that they have. Fighting Box, very powerful still, even in this meta. They are going to throw a Fossil down, so it looks like they're playing the rare candy deck. That Sudowoodo EX, though, going to deal 20 damage to us. Not enough because we do have the Drifblim. And yeah, I think the idea is Sudowoodo deals with EXs, Rampardos comes in and knocks anything else out, but Luckily for us, they are going to go into that Cranidos though and just attack with another fighting headbutt. They couldn't knock us out. So we're going to draw. We see this Palisand. We're going to start getting Sandygast built up. We're going to cape our Drifloon. That way if Cranidos does come in, we can still survive. And then we're going to attack, knocking the Sudowoodo out. If they evolve now to knock us out because of that cape, they're going to deal 50 damage to themselves, which is really good for us. It's the only way we're going to be able to steal a win from here. We see the research come down. They have Cranidos set up. 50 damage is not anything to scoff at. They're going to Pokeball, and we see the Riolu. So now we have potential Lucario, and there's the Rampardos coming down, hitting hard, 130 damage, but they are going to take a good chunk of damage themselves. So now we're going to send our Drifloon out. We are stalling to get our Palisand online. We want to see Acerola. We want to see Cape. If they just plow through us with this Rampardos, though, we are going to be in a pretty crappy situation. They do have the Lucario, so now they're even dealing enough to take us out despite the Cape. So we're going to see what the opponent ends up doing. They're going to Iono here, looking for something on their own. We see double research, which is, you know, something. A little late to be impactful there. But they will take 50 damage themselves, and we're going to be able to knock this Rampardos out this turn with our Palisand. We're going to research, draw our 2 cards, see if we can get something else. Nothing else, but they can't knock us out unless their hand is Rare Candy Rampardos. We will knock out their Rampardos and get that extra point and see what the opponent does from here. They send Lucario in, who is going to hit us for 60 damage, but if we can see Acerola, if they do attack us, we'll be able to redirect that damage, and they're just going to go ahead and concede. All right, and we are in that next match. We are going to be going first. Again, not what we want to see. We do have the Drifloon, though, which is our going first answer. Gives us something to do in the deck. We're going to see a strange array of Pokemon. We see the base Arceus as well as Eevee. We're going to equip that Rocky Helmet to our Drifloon, and we are going to wait impatiently. They could just continue to step us out of the game, but they get Tails, so that's good for us. We have double Acerola in hand, which is nice. We can use that combo. We've got Palisand. We're going to get Mimikyu going. We will get Drifloon set up because if we can attack, if we don't see Drifloon, we can't switch out into Mimikyu to knock it out, but if we do see Drifloon, we'll still be fine and can start getting the Mimikyu set up. That's kind of like the plan for what's going on here. We see Pokeball, we see Cosmog, so we know they're playing some kind of like general strategy with Steel. Continuous step, heads and tails. Thank goodness. I did not want to see them knock us out, but now they're in a position to get knocked out by our Drifloon. We don't have to see the Drifloon. We have Sandygast now, which is great. We're a little behind, so we could start getting it set up, but I decided Mimikyu here is going to be better, especially considering what the opponent is working with. Cosmog, only having 60 HP, is vulnerable to Mimikyu if they're not set up. They have Arceus come out. They're going to throw an energy on it. There's no reason to get the other one set up. And how we see the base Rayquaza. So they're just playing normal Steel, Solgaleo beatdown. Probably not very good, but we have research. We've got Palisand, and we can start getting in with our Mimikyu. We're going to retreat out with that Drifloon, attack for 60, deal 20 damage to our Palisand. We're getting it set up for Acerola. The idea is that you use Palisand to withhold the damage, and then you can heal it off with Acerola. We see Cosmog come in. They throw the energy on it. It's ready to go. If they do see that Solgaleo, we are waiting impatiently. Then they're going to throw Giant Cape down on Arceus. 80 HP, so it is going to survive. We need to see, we can use this Acerola here actually to go ahead and get over the Arceus. So we're going to continue powering up our Palisand. We are going to activate Acerola to heal 20 and deal 20 to the Arceus. We're going to attack for 60, so they weren't expecting that 80 damage swing. That Shadow hit 2, we are going to be able to get the other Acerola ready to go here on the backside. So we look like we're in a pretty favorable position, right? Acerola is decent, right? We got Mimikyu. They have the Solgaleo EX come out, and it is going to be a monster. 200 HP is crazy. Nothing in our deck hits hard enough to do anything here, unfortunately. So they are going to bang into our Mimikyu, knock it out, and with that 110 damage, they're going to deal 10 to itself, which doesn't really matter. We do have the Rocky Helmet, though, and we're going to go ahead and get this other Sandygast over here set up. I consider, you know, what I have as options go, and it's nothing very good. We can't put the energy on the Drifloon without getting knocked out. We are going to Rocky Helmet, hit him though for 160, so that's pretty decent. We throw out our Palisand. This is our only opportunity to win so that we don't get knocked out. We evolve the Palisand. We're going to throw our Cape. That puts us at 130, so we can survive. We red card to make them lose 2 cards in advantage, so that's pretty good. And we're going to Spooky Shot. bringing it down to 90 HP. We are going to see Arceus EX come down. Nothing really special here. And as long as we don't see like a Giovanni or something, I think we might be in the clear. They're going to Team Rocket Grunt. Oh, thank goodness it's Tails. One heads we would have been fine with, but multiple heads would have just been game winning. There's the Regigigas. They're not going to attack for whatever reason. We would live with 10 HP if they did, though. We're going to Spooky Shot since they decided not to. They are playing around the Acerola, it looks like. Is why they didn't attack, because we could have knocked them out with Acerola, so good on them. I'm surprised, but they do have Arceus come out here and combo us right now. Yeah, they're going to pop us back out. They don't have a chance. They're going to Pokédex to look at the top 3 cards of their deck. Now you know you were going to lose regardless of what you ended up doing. And it looks like our opponent has raged, Pokédex quit, or they're just taking forever to look at the options. Maybe they're staring at that Dawn going, where were you? Why did you do this to me? How could you abandon me in my time of need? They are going to do, the Pokédex comes back. We are going to be able to attack with that Spooky Shot and take them out of the game. Acerola, very powerful card, clearly. Can't you see? This deck is so good. Just kidding. There were the games, and yeah, this is not a particularly powerful strategy. Really, the problem is anything gets beat by anything that gets set up. It doesn't attack fast enough. The Palossand takes too much to get going, and Mimikyu, while hitting hard, does not actually do much. If it had like a 1 damage 50 or like, I don't know, just there's a couple different variations that it could have been better. There's the potential to play like Giratina in this deck and use it as like a Dawn battery. That way if you open Mimikyu, you could play Mimikyu, then go Giratina, charge, Dawn forward, and then you could be attacking on turn 3 or turn, 4 with Mimikyu and start getting something else set up. Having Giratina in a Psychic deck is pretty good, but it just seems so susceptible to getting destroyed. I mean, Mimikyu only has 70 HP, and anything that gets set up that you didn't take out quickly enough is going to steamroll through the rest of the cards because you didn't set anything else up. Even with that combo, Giratina doesn't do anything too crazy. But anyway, that was the deck. It was fun to play, though. I played it in solo mode a lot, which obviously isn't ranked ladder, but it was a lot of fun to play, do some math, figure out exactly how to do it with the Acerola. And as you saw, we got the beautiful little Acerola, move will get a knockout into a next hit. And that's where I think the Mimikyu parts could actually be kind of relevant by having maybe a version that just has Mimikyu and some other psychic support, something like Tapu Lele or something. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I've been Blue, and I will smell you later.